Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing good. We're going to be talking about Canada, what's going on over there, and the facts. I just got a phone call from some of the guys over at Wall Street Silver, and they were telling me that precious metals dealers in Canada have had one of their busiest weekends in over 20 years. And I started calling around to some of the companies that I know and I've worked with before, and everybody's inventory is absolutely tight. Now, I think it's very important to bring this point up, whether you're invested in gold and silver or not, because you're seeing a country in North America right now, a first world country, what most people would think are the creme de la creme. I know we all have our opinions on how Canada's ran, America's run, Europe, Asia. We all have our own opinions, right? But this is a first world country that is bringing out insanely horrible measures on its people because it's upset that they're protesting for something that they believe in. All right, a fact is a fact. This is happening right now before our eyes. There was one thing when it was Cyprus and it was Greece. A lot of people said, the heck with those guys, right? And I apologize to anybody that's in Greece because I didn't want to see anybody go through what you guys went through back in the early, 2011 to 2014 era, because they said, they got into so much debt, so we're going to put all these draconian measures on them. But the facts are they were very small countries. They're very tiny countries. Now we're dealing with large countries. We saw what happened in Australia a few months ago. Now we're seeing Canada. And the facts are that citizens in these countries are starting to realize they have less freedom than they did a couple months ago. And so what they're doing is they're racing to the banks. They're literally pulling out cash because bank accounts are literally being frozen. Cryptocurrency wallets that are tied to government, regulated accounts are being frozen. They're saying you can't have your money. People are literally going out and getting cash, and they're out buying gold and silver right now. We're seeing the stock market take a little bit of a hit. We're seeing the crypto markets take a little bit of a hit. And right now they're showing that your money is not yours. And so in the middle of this, I started looking around for precious metals, and it's interesting. The amount of time to get it into your hands is getting longer and longer because so many people are rushing to it. I did find an Armenian coin. It's a Noah's Ark Armenian coin. It's actually, I bought some last week. Coincidentally, and it's a beautiful coin, and they're selling for $4 over spot any quantity right now. So I'll put a link in the comment section below if you guys want to get some of those coins. Those are $4 over spot any quantity. You don't have to buy 500, but I'm sure if you bought more, maybe they'd be able to give you a break. I don't know. But my point being is that it's getting very hard to get your hands on these things. I asked the other day, well, what do you have in stock? And somebody says, well, I got Silver Eagles. I said, how much of those are spot? And they said $9. I'm pointing at a buddy of mine that's been buying metal for a long time. And it's just like, I remember the days where I could go buy, even just a tube of Eagles. And I think they were like, what, $2.99 over spot, something like that. I mean, that's on the low end. Normally $3.49 was normally what I was paying. But times have changed. The facts are, since everything started in 2020, that little magical time in the springtime where they said you can't work, everyone go in your house and hide, people started to figure out the value of money, and it has been rapidly changing. But still, we are now in a day where I believe, and I'm very concerned, and I'm not joking, this isn't clickbait, I believe in the month of March, we're going to see some pretty catastrophic moves in the market. We have the ECB saying that they're going to raise their rates anywhere between 50 and 75 basis points. The Federal Reserve is going to be anywhere between 25 and 50 basis points, and I believe that as each day goes on and the CPI and the PPI numbers, both the cost price index and the producer price index, the wholesale numbers keep rising, the Federal Reserve is more likely to do a larger one-time rate hike. But that's not going to be it. You see, the Federal Reserve has to raise rates to really quell inflation. They need to raise rates higher than inflation. And we all know they can't do that, or we're going to have an absolute collapse. So the facts are more and more people are waking up every day. Now, I would love to do a little shout out to Wall Street Silver because they're doing a great job on Reddit and on their YouTube channel. If you haven't followed them, go check it out because they have amazing, both Jim and Ivan are interviewing the creme de la creme when it comes to the metals and mining sector, but also politicians. They've had Ron Paul on. There's all kinds of incredible things. He literally just emailed me. One of the guys just emailed me who they're about to have on, and it'll blow your mind. And I'm telling you, we're talking about a very, very influential person in Wall Street, big time billionaire, and I can't wait to see that interview. But my point being is there is still some out there, and this isn't financial advice, it's life advice. you know, I can't tell you if precious metals are going to skyrocket tomorrow or if they're going to take another few years. We know what happened in the late 70s. We knew it took time. They trended up over the late 70s and then they had a blow off top. Well, right now they're trending upwards. Gold just surpassed 1900. I know that's not an all-time high, but remember, last time it pushed its all-time high in 2010, 2011, we had half the debt. As a matter of fact, if you believe what Glenn Beck just put out, we had 1/10 of the debt, I think it was, back then that we have now. And the price is just barely bumping up because why? People aren't in total panic. They're getting close. Now, what's going to happen this next week with the truckers and them moving to Washington? I think, honestly, if this happens and they do what our friends in Canada did, I believe that we can see some very scary things in our country in the next few weeks, honestly. But that's just judging us as compared to what happened in Canada. So what does that mean? We have bird flu that's taking off over like crazy right now. Tyson Chicken just reported 250,000 chickens infected with this bird flu. This is the one that has been transmitting to human beings. Long Island just reported a big outbreak of the bird flu. These chickens are being infected right now. So we are going to see, honestly, I don't think people realize this because they think, oh, it's all fake. Well, the facts are Israel bought 1 million eggs in December because their national stockpile. They're trying to build all these eggs in the stockpile because they're having to kill all these chickens. It's happening all over the world right now. And people, they think it's almost cool to not believe something until it smacks them in the face. And then they don't want to believe it. And I lived this. I have a buddy standing behind the camera right now that watched me warn people in 2005, 2006 as I was liquidating everything, all my houses. And I'm going, run for the hills. This market's going to tank. And it did. But yet, look at today. All the people that we know that lost their houses, more than likely 90% of them have a house again. And they bought at the top. Because some people love buying at the top. I don't. I like to buy at the bottom. And that's what Ninja Nation's all about, and I know that's what we're preparing for. So if you've never held a silver coin, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't say go all out, but you may want to go buy 2 coins and go cling them together. And if you tell me in the comments that you don't have enough money, how about this? Decide not to eat a Big Mac today, and you could go buy yourself a silver quarter. Or how about this? Put down the Big Mac and the Starbucks, and you could buy yourself 2 silver quarters and cling those together. And then look at them and put them in a stack next to a bunch of other quarters. And you're going to figure out something that you should have figured out a long time ago. And I don't say it as an insult, because I didn't figure it out until it was way late in life. I was like, 40 years old when I figured this out. There's something of value there that the world does not see yet. But I'd rather figure it out now while they don't know it, and then crush it and sell it to them when they figure it out and they're panicking and buy it. All right, guys, with that being said, I thank you so much. I'm going to put the link to the silver Armenian 1 ounce Noah's Ark coins. They're absolutely gorgeous. I do have some myself. I really like them. They're $4 over spot for any quantity. With that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.